पर विस्तृत तौर से डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज।
Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are not just to remove those who are with several cases of corruption and disproportionate assets. This will ensure that at a local level, no officer can go about saying, hey, I've come to inspect you, without the system approving it.
आपने 3 गोल्ड जीते, आपने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट करा,
जब
पोडियम पे नंबर 1 स्पॉट में खड़ी
हूँ
और नेशनल एंथम ही नहीं है।
नेशनल एंथम नहीं है हमारे पास। मैनेजर्स, कोचेस जो थे, उनको कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं था कि भी हमारा कोई गोल्ड आ सकता है, हमारा नेशनल एंथम भी बच सकता है। मैंने वहाँ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड भी क्रिएट किया और 3 गोल्ड मेडल भी जीते। नेशनल एंथम नहीं थी हमारी, वो रिकॉर्डेड जाता है ना, वो आई नहीं। फिर हमने खुद वहाँ, मेरा टीम ने स्टेज पे, क्रिस्टन पे मैं और नीचे से मेरा जो टीम थी पूरी, उन्होंने नेशनल एंथम गाया।
Was there an email that was sent to you from Shashi Tharoor asking for help on?
You show me the mail.
But the fact is that you are saying there is an email on.
Do you continue serving the army with the same zest that you have always?
Oh yes.
पूरा रिहायशी इलाका इसको ये ना सर्च ऑपरेशन इस टाइम चल रहा है। डीजीपी ने खुद कहा कि 10 लोगों की पुष्टि हमने कर दी है, जो 10 लोग मारे गए।
ये भारत के लोगों की जीत है।
स्थिति तनावपूर्ण है। ठीक लाल किले के सामने मैं इस वक्त मौजूद हूं। कथित लोग हैं जो दरअसल यहां इन्होंने पूरा उत्पात मचाया हुआ है।
सर, आज राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री है, इतने लोगों की डेथ हो गई है सर, लेकिन कोई जवाब नहीं है सर। अब तक एक्शन को लेकर भी कुछ नहीं किया सर।
Shankar, are you apologetic or not? Shankar, are you apologetic or not? These are the visuals of Shankar Mishra accused, who's being taken for the medical and then towards.
Welcome and very good evening, friends. The fact that you're watching this debate Sunday evening shows how seriously you take news and what's happening around you. And that's why we are trying to get you the best tonight as well. Sachin Pilot, Congress Party's leader in Rajasthan, former Deputy Chief Minister, did a press conference, said he is going to fast against his own government. We'll try to understand why he is doing so and the implications for the Congress politics going into the general elections. With me, Shawan Sen as well.
Well, in fact, not just what's really happening in Rajasthan. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, one of the longest standing ally, the NCP, it seems that the Vadra Congress is in fights with them too. All over a picture of Gautam Adani with Sharad Pawar. It appears that they are in a self-combustion mode right now for the Vadra Congress. Why exactly, and what's the strategy ahead, given the fact that you have some very important elections coming in the state of Karnataka, then Chhattisgarh, and also in Madhya Pradesh? If this continues, what's the real fate of the Vadra Congress? That's the weekend debate.
Well, let's begin with the headlines first. Complete chaos grips Vadra Congress after multiple senior leaders jumping ship to BJP, now infighting. In Rajasthan, Congress climaxes.
हर पार्टी को अपनी बात पर विश्वास कायम कराने के लिए प्रमाण देना जरूरी है। इसीलिए अपनी बात को लेकर मैं शहीद स्मारक पर 11 अप्रैल को ज्योतिबा फूले जी की जयंती है, उस दिन एक दिन का अनशन है।
Gehlot versus pilot fight explodes. Pilot hits out at Gehlot over corruption, announces to sit on dharna.
Prime Minister Modi chairs key CEC meeting at party headquarters. Top brass brainstorms on Karnataka.
In a mega Easter outreach, Prime Minister Modi takes part in celebrations at Delhi Church, plants sapling.
मैं मुख्यमंत्री के हैसियत से आया ही नहीं, मैं राम भक्त के हैसियत से आया हूँ यहाँ पर। मेरे चलने में बोलने में कोई मुख्यमंत्री जैसे मैंने बर्ताव किया ही नहीं, क्योंकि मैं राम भक्त के हैसियत से आया हूँ।
Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and his Shiv Sainik in Ayodhya. Newsmaker of the day, Shinde's exclusive interview on Republic to our political editor Shweta Kapoor.
From Darshan of Ram Lala to Maha Aarti at Saryu Ghat, Eknath Shinde mega visit covers it all.
Right, trouble seems only to be escalating for the Vadra Congress. First it was the exodus of senior leaders, and now it's the infighting among the remaining ones. The big faces like Anil Antony and Kiran Kumar Reddy just jumped ship to BJP, and now Rajasthan crisis is at the front.
Well, despite multiple attempts of Vadra Congress trying to perhaps portray a normal situation in Rajasthan, differences between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot have only exploded. Now, this is not the first such episode. Multiple such episodes have already taken place in the past. But this time, Sachin Pilot has taken a step ahead, says that he's going to be on a dharna against his own government. Now, what's really happening in the state of Rajasthan and in the state of Maharashtra? The picture is clear that the Vadra Congress is down in splits. Take a look at this report and then we start the weekend debate.
In Rajasthan, the Vadra Congress is accusing the Vadra Congress of corruption.
जांच नहीं होगी, जब तथ्य सामने नहीं आएंगे, जब इंक्वायरी नहीं होगी, जब केस रजिस्टर नहीं होगा, जब तफ्तीश नहीं होगी, तब तक कैसे लोग मान लेंगे हमारी बात को? अगली बार जब हम जाएंगे कि भाजपा के हमारे साथी वसुंधरा जी की सरकार में जो कांड घोटाले हुए थे वो सही थे या गलत थे। मैं नहीं मानता हूँ कि सरकार में आने के बाद हमारे पास वो संकल्प शक्ति नहीं होगी कि हम उन तथ्यों को उजागर कर सकें, लेकिन दुर्भाग्यवश अभी तक इस पे कार्रवाई हुई नहीं है।
This comes months before the Rajasthan elections. The infighting comes as a time when the party is seeing an exodus.
Now the Congress party is not bothered about nation building. Current Congress party only prioritize the interest of 2-3 particular individuals.
They don't interact with the people. They don't take the opinions of the leaders. There is an old saying which says, "My king is very intelligent. He doesn't think on his own. He doesn't listen to anyone's advice."
I think the focus of any political party should be to take up people-centric issues, not individual-centric issues. You should take up people-centric issues, try to solve them in a way it helps the people so that you win the faith and trust.
In fact, Rahul Gandhi's Savarkar insult has triggered a backlash even from allies.
राहुल गांधी सोचता है मेरा नाम सावरकर नहीं है, मेरा नाम गांधी है। गांधी किसी से माफी नहीं मांगता।
एकेकाळच्या मित्र पक्षाला मी विचारू इच्छितो की ठीक आहे, सावरकरांबद्दल आमच्या जी काय आमची भावना होती ती आहे, काल होती, आजही आहे, उद्याही तशीच राहील, त्याच्याबद्दल कुठेही फरक होणार नाही.
Even on the Adani issue, Sharad Pawar has opposed the Vadra Congress line.
पार्लियामेंट मेंबर होके हम सभी लोग, सभी पार्टी के लोग एक होकर ये मांग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये जो डिक्टेटर गवर्नमेंट है ये ना डेमोक्रेसी को मानती है, ना चर्चा को मानती है, ना इंक्वायरी को मानती है.
माझं मत असं आहे की मी काही जेफीसी सरसकट विरोध करत नाही. यापूर्वी जेफीसी होती, काही जेफीसीचा मी स्वतः चेअरमन होतो, पण जेफीसी बहुमताच्या संख्येवर त्या ठिकाणी तिचं फॉर्मेशन होणार असल्यानं जेफीसीपेक्षा सुप्रीम कोर्टाची कमिटी अधिक उपयुक्त आणि प्रभावित आहे असं माझं मत आहे.
Just a year from the general elections, has Vadra Congress managed to dig a bigger hole for itself? That's the weekend debate.
Welcome back again, friends. And since the trigger is coming from Rajasthan on the Congress party's travels, joining us, the senior leader of the BJP, former Union Minister Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore. Very good evening, Mr. Rathore. Sachin Pilot has announced a fast against his own government. But I would want to start with a difficult question. How does it help? Because Sachin Pilot says that he is fasting because the Gehlot government has not investigated corruption cases against earlier BJP government. How does it help the BJP?
So this is basically to come back into the limelight. And, they have been doing this drama for the last 4 years. An entire state of Rajasthan has been suffering. The entire nation has been watching their drama. Now, instead of fasting over food, if they had fasted over power, it would have been so helpful for the entire state. And this is a state which has produced so many warriors and soldiers, and they are ready to sacrifice their life for this state, for this nation. And here are these 2 or 3 people in Congress who are hell-bent upon not sacrificing anything. And power, and only power, seems to be the only thing in their mind. Now, this is all a drama to attract the attention. And he's talking about fabricated allegations of someone. What about the allegations? What about the corruption cases which are right in front of the entire state of Rajasthan, for which lakhs of the youth are suffering? For example, the 16 to 17 papers which have been leaked out. Now, there's lakhs and lakhs of youth who suffered because of that. There is no talk about investigation into those things. Why don't they hand it over to CBI? Because most of the big cases of big names of Congress would emerge out from the cupboard. What about investigating or giving protection to women of Rajasthan? Because now Rajasthan, unfortunately, ranks as the #1 state in rapes in the entire country. So, there are many such issues. For example, what about the fact that Rajasthan is the last state when it comes to providing drinking water to houses for which the central government is paying their money? So he will, and most of these people who are in Congress will brush aside all these things, will go to a fabricated allegation and basically bring the spotlight onto them. People of Rajasthan have had enough of the spotlight on these
Mr.
people.
Rathore,
the spotlight needs to be on the people of Rajasthan, on the problems of Rajasthan. And mind you, in a couple of months, the people of Rajasthan are going to give them the boot very soon.
But Mr. Rathore, some within the Gehlot camp essentially indicate, at least in hushed tones, that you have a man within the Vadra Congress, and that happens to be Sachin Pilot. Because what is essentially happening right now is that he is basically helping the BJP in the state of Rajasthan. Now, that's the political developments that have taken place so far. Does this really work in your advantage? You have the Vadra Congress in a complete self-combustion mode, and this has a direct impact, at least for your party, in the state of Rajasthan.
Well, the people of the country also say that Rahul Gandhi is on our side. He is doing everything to help us. But this is just mere talk. The people of Rajasthan have given the opportunity of serving the people of Rajasthan for doing something for the state of Rajasthan to Congress. And what have they done with it? Literally nothing. For the last 4.5 years, they've just been focused on somehow maintaining their government and the chief ministership. And for that, they have gone to any extent on appeasement mode to all their MLAs, who are the police people you want, who are the administrators you want. Name them and you'll have it, and you run your own assembly constituency the way you want to. Go on a loot as long as you can protect the chief minister's chair. Now, that's not the way a state can be governed. I mean, if your prime focus becomes just protecting the chief ministership, that's not what the people of Rajasthan had given them the power for. The tussle between these two people or more than two people is public knowledge. And they could not mend their fences. I mean, deputy chief ministership, is it something too less? I mean, ask people how many people would want to become deputy chief minister. And here is a person
Mr. Rathod.
There seems to be an audio and video issue.
The people of Rajasthan. And what about the aspirations of the youth of Rajasthan? You've forgotten about everything. So it doesn't matter who is. They are being
Mr. Rathod.
People in Congress are foolish. It's not our fault. Rajasthan has some. And 5 years in the life.
Mr. Rathod, you are still dodging.
The life of a young.
Mr. Rathod, there is some audio issue, but you're still dodging the question. You said they should be, instead of fasting on food, should be fasting on power. The fact of the matter is, poor Sachin Pilot is actually starving for power, and that is the reason why he's sort of rebelling again against Ashok Gehlot, the chief minister. But the question that we want to know is it not helping the BJP? And is the BJP not happy for that?
Sorry, ask me the core question. Ask me the core question.
No, my question is this not helping the BJP just ahead of elections? So the BJP is absolutely okay, happy about this.
No, the entire Congress is helping us. The entire Congress is in shambles. So what do we do about it? Do we go and mend the fences? Do we go and put the team of Congress back in order? What do you want us to do?
All right. On that note, I think the BJP, of course, Mr. Rajvardhan Rathod of the BJP saying that it's internal trouble of the Congress party, and if it helps the BJP, why not? On that note, thank you so much, Mr. Rathod, for joining us for this one-on-one as we open the debate on Congress party's travels with allies. And that's not limited to one or two states. It's happening across the country, state after state, with so many of the Congress leaders, in fact, jumping ship and joining the BJP. We have seen these pictures coming in now on air of Anil Antony, the son of senior Congress leader A.K. Antony, having joined the BJP just about a couple of days back. After that, we had Kiran Kumar Reddy of Andhra Pradesh joining, former chief minister, in fact, joining the party, the BJP. And let's open the debate, shall we, perhaps with the guests?
In fact, we've seen multiple such pictures, and these pictures essentially define the current situation in the Vadra Congress. Let's open up the debate with Savio Rodriguez joining us from Chennai, also Lokesh Jindal, leader from the Congress party, joining us from Nagpur, Dr. Suman C. Raman, political analyst, joining us from Chennai, and Chandrasekhar Jha of the Shiva Sena joining us from Kolkata. Opening up the debate, Lokesh Jindal and Savio Rodriguez. Let's have both of them on the screen right now. Seems that Lokesh hasn't joined us yet, so let's open up with Savio and Suman C. Raman. Suman C. Raman, let me come to you first. Look at the situation right now in the state of Maharashtra, and then perhaps we'll go to Rajasthan, what's happening there. First to Maharashtra. One of the longest standing ally of the Vadra Congress, that is the Nationalist Congress Party, Sharad Pawar, for whatever it may be, he is one of the most regarded leaders in the state of Maharashtra. And you have a Congress worker essentially raising questions about Sharad Pawar, the man who is basically back to stitch the MVA and somewhere down the line has actually helped, or rather done a favor to the Congress party in the state of Maharashtra. Look at the kind of comments that have been made, and it has become abundantly clear that this is exactly what we have been saying. The Vadra Congress is a self-combustion mode. It does not require any ally. It does not need the Bharatiya Janata Party to destroy. They themselves are destroying.
I don't know. I mean, before the show, I sort of, even after you started, I went and checked the Election Commission website. I couldn't find a party called the Vadra Congress. So I don't know which party you are referring to. If you could explain which party you are referring to, then
well, I can help you understand much better, Dr. Sumansi Raman.
Because
Dr. Sumansi Raman, the very party which can't think beyond the first family. I'll help you understand that. Don't worry, Dr. Sumansi Raman. You don't need the Election Commission website for it. You need to understand the popular understanding of this country.
Sumant Raman, was Indira Congress on Election Commission website ever? But there was Indira Congress, you know.
Abhishek, look, let's be very clear on this. The debate is about the Indian National Congress. Please say that the debate is about the Indian National Congress, and I am sure Lokesh and me will be very happy to talk about it.
The Vadra avatar of the Indian National Congress, if I could.
If you know a party called Vadra Congress, then I guess the two other gentlemen will be the only ones who can speak in this debate. Because I won't be able to defend a party which doesn't exist. How do you defend a party which doesn't exist on the show? Seriously. I mean, see,
okay, you defend the Vadra avatar of the Congress, of the Indian National Congress.
Are you trying to say that there is no one called Robert Vadra? Are you trying to say there is no one called Priyanka Gandhi Vadra?
I will talk to you about,
or for that matter, Sumansi Raman, we were trying to help you out.
No, that's fine. But I've got you to say Indian National Congress. Good enough for me. My points are made. The second very important issue is that there are issues in the Congress party is an open secret. There is no going and saying that there are no differences of opinion. But these people who have left the party, I mean, I'm amazed that they're getting, this is probably the maximum attention they've got in their lives. I mean, each one of them is capable of swinging about 200 Lok Sabha seats. So between them, they can swing the entire election, whether it is Anil Antony, Kiran Kumar Reddy, I mean, he's a massive mass leader in Andhra, C.R. Kesavan, massive mass leader again. All of them are mass leaders.
Oh, Savio.
Between them,
Savio, did you miss I'm sure you did not miss the sarcasm of Sumant Raman. He said, each of them, Anil Antony and Mr. Reddy, can win 200 Lok Sabha seats.
250 each.
Why are you so happy?
They can sweep. Yeah. Look, these are people who were not able to make a mark even within the Congress party. Now that they've left the Congress party, they've become, because right now, before the Karnataka elections,
former Chief Minister Sumant Raman, Kiran Kumar Reddy is former Chief Minister. You made him the Chief Minister.
1 minute. 5 MLAs, 3 MLCs. There is a big list of people who have jumped from the BJP in Karnataka. I've never seen one debate where the photographs of them joining the Congress or joining the JDS were projected and people were asked about, is the BJP sort of facing problems in Karnataka? Why do we do this? Just tell me, why do we do this? Who are none? I don't, except for Kiran Kumar Reddy, I don't think the others have even contested an election between themselves. What are we talking about? Why are we, highlighting every single small, issue with the Congress party while ignoring in the room in Karnataka? Hardly 31 days to go.
Okay.
And then you will know the result. What is there to say?
Okay, let's have you take this. Mr. Raman, let's have you take this. Savio, you are picking up unelectables. Of course, the sarcasm was that they can win 200 seats. Effectively, what Mr. Raman is saying is that you are importing leaders from the Congress party who are in any case inconsequential. So it does not affect the fortunes of the Congress. You know, he's missing the point that Kiran Kumar Reddy is a former chief minister, or for that matter, Sachin Pilot remains a senior leader of the party, Mr. Raman, and he is a former deputy chief minister as well. And in fact, he's the one who won Rajasthan for you in the last elections. So, but let's have your response first. Let's have your response. I'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. Let's have your response.
Okay. May I, Mr. Raman, may I allow me my 60 seconds to share my views, if you don't mind? Okay. So Mr. Raman thinks that the people joining the BJP are of no value. I beg to differ. There will always be different layers of people that join at different levels. You had Himanta Biswa Sharma. You have Jyoti Aditya Scindia. You have many stalwarts that have come into the BJP. Now, the idea, instead of pinpointing against them whether they are worth winning elections or not, that is BJP's gain or BJP's loss over that decision. What is most important for the Congress to understand, because it is one of the oldest parties, and I keep saying this over and over again to friends of mine in the Congress, that listen, there's something that you must be doing wrong, because for us as a nation, whether I'm in the BJP or not, it is important that we have good opposition at the other end. Because opposition would make for us to be better in a better nation. So Congress today has completely gone devoid of the focus that they need to do in strengthening their political party. Whether you call these guys rats that are jumping out of the ship or not, when a ship is sinking, it's not only the rats, it's all the animals and the humans that jump out of the ship except the captain. And what you right now have is an issue with the real head of the Congress leadership right now. And if you don't correct it, you will become obsolete in India over the next couple of years. Now, you need to understand it from your supporter base. Your supporter base is still there. If you were to take, say, Goa, for example, you still have a very strong supporter base. So why is Congress targeting the very people that are joining the BJP, whether they win or not, on the BJP ticket is BJP's choice at that point of time.
Savio, you have to also answer what Mr. Raman said about 5 MLAs and 2 MLCs, 11 former MLAs and 4 former MLCs and whatever the list was, you know. Basically, many people from the BJP also, in the case of Karnataka at least, jumping ship and joining the Congress party. We had this embarrassing situation for the BJP, Savio, where one sitting MLA said he loves DK Shiv Kumar and wants to actually jump ship.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that, Abhishek. You see, being in a political party, it's like being in a relationship. Today, some leaders are there with the Congress. They've been there for a long time. Eventually, that relationship is not working out, and that's why they're moving to BJP. It could be the same in BJP in Karnataka as well. It is not necessary that every relationship is rosy. But why do you criticize the person who's making that choice? At the end of the day, the results will declare whether that choice was good or not. So for the Congress today, and I'm saying it again, your voter base is your strength. In order for you to move forward, you have to find a way to tell the people of India, how are you going to be different from the BJP? And unfortunately, the reason why other political parties are upstaging you right now, not even the BJP, is because you are not telling the world it's not telling the people of India, what are you going to do differently from the BJP? And that's precisely the problem. Today you have a Rahul Gandhi that's fixated on Adani. Yes, if Adani is wrong, it is the authorities in India that are supposed to investigate it. But what are you going to do with holding on to build to your party cadre and holding on to the people that believe in you? Because in most cases, you're losing that.
Yes, allow me to answer, sir. I heard what you said, Lokesh, and I hope that nobody interjects me while I say...
Of course, you can respond to what Savio had to say. But Lokesh, 1 minute, hold on. Lokesh, there is a pattern to it. If today Ghulam Nabi Azad says that whether at all Rahul Gandhi is pro-Congress or anti-Congress, they do not know. Because his actions appears that he's completely anti-Congress. Because every time a senior Congress leader, leaders who have worked along with his grandmother, every time they have indicated that they are going to move out of the party, it appears that it does not really bother Rahul Gandhi. Whom does he really want in his party at this point in time? And if you have seen the pictures that we put out at the beginning of our broadcast, one after the other, people are leaving and the party makes no attempt to stitch it in time. And that's where the problem lies. Why is it so very difficult for you to admit that it's the first family that whom you're protecting the most? They are essentially responsible for this situation of the party.
Why are you having such a timid understanding about politics? Who are these people who are leaving the party? Do you know what happened in Nagpur? In Nagpur, the BJP, it carried out a G20 meeting and spent 250 crore rupees only for beautification. Only lights were put up, boards, hoarding, banners were put up. 250 crore rupees were spent. There are no hospitals over here. Today
how is that related to this?
And wait a minute. Wait, let me complete. Please do not interject.
Lokesh.
Today we had a meeting, and in that meeting, the question was raised as to whether we are supposed to do only marketing and branding or we are supposed to serve the people. We are supposed now, a political party which is responsible, it goes to the people, spending is being done for the people. But what form of political party BJP is? And if a leader looking at such a political party goes and opts for such a political party, there is no way. We do not want such people to be there in the party. Let it get filtered. Let this dirt get filtered out. Let me be very clear. As a congressman, we are more committed to what is
I don't think it's fair for you to call them dirt. I don't think it's fair, Lokesh.
Please have some manners.
I don't think it's fair. No, I don't think it's fair. You use the right appropriate word. Use the right appropriate word.
Sir, will you moderate this debate or should I leave?
They're not dirt.
I do not want these people to interject in between.
The dirt is in your Congress.
Okay, let's understand Savio, let me come in.
Don't call, no. You don't call them dirt. You keep your language in check. You don't call the
Savio, let me
BJP dirt. Don't call the people joining
Savio, hold on, Savio.
No, you take back your word.
Hold on, Savio, hold on. Lokesh, let me just first clarify for the benefit of viewers. Okay, Savio, hold on. Savio, we have to take this forward. Savio, we have to take this forward. Lokesh, listen. Let me clarify. So far as all the beautification work that has gone for G20 events.
Calm down.
Savio, hold on. Savio, hold on.
You don't call him. You don't
Savio, hold
call
on.
somebody
okay,
BJP dirt. He very well
okay, Lokesh has conceded, Savio. Hold on. Okay, Lokesh has conceded, but Lokesh, I have to make a small point for the benefit of viewers so that they understand what's happening. Whatever work is going... No, Lokesh, let me complete. Let me take this forward. No, Lokesh.
Be particular.
You don't call people joining BJP
no, they are not dirt.
You can't control your people, that's your problem.
They are not dirt.
Don't call them dirt.
10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times I'll say.
They are not dirt.
Okay, Savio.
Lokesh.
Savio.
You can continue this.
Who the hell are
Location, Savio. You can continue this shouting match at some other time, some other location. Not here. 1 minute. Lokesh and Savio, please understand. 1 minute. Lokesh and Savio, please understand. Otherwise, we just move on.
No, I have to give some names. Savio, hold on. Savio, hold on. Lokesh, first, a little bit of clarification. It's important.
Whatever they want to.
Savio, hold on. I'll have to get the fader down there. Raisa.
The other spokesperson.
No, Raisa. This is an important point that has to be made. For which I need to stop both Savio and Lokesh.
I am a congressman. Who are
Raisa.
I'm a congressman.
This has to stop. Lokesh, a very limited and important point. Whatever work is happening for G20 is to showcase India and India's progress, India's march to development. It presents India in a favorable light to the global committee of nations. So the example that you gave was little wrong. But now let's get some names.
You could have built a school. You could have built some...
Lokesh, this is another debate on G20. Lokesh, this is not a debate on G20. I made a clarification.
Oh, shut up,
but,
Lokesh.
But let's deliberate on some names that you call dirt. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Anil Antony, your former Chief Minister Kiran Kumar Reddy, Captain Amarinder Singh, Sunil Jakhar. You know, before he quit, he was president of the party, and Manpreet Badal. In fact, I am told that 9 of the cabinet ministers of the last government in Punjab are with the BJP now. So it's not just about the sinking ship. In fact, let's broaden the debate. Mr. Raman, Lokesh, you know, are you really smelling the coffee? Sharad Pawar, someone as seasoned, as veteran as Sharad Pawar. Listen. Someone as seasoned and as veteran as Sharad Pawar tells Rahul Gandhi twice within a span of 1 week that back off on Savarkar, back off on Adani. I mean, do you really have your ears to the ground? You think Sharad Pawar is not secular? You think Sharad Pawar is playing BJP's game? He's an ally, for God's sake.
As far as the Adani issue is concerned, Rahul Gandhi is justified in raising questions. He has asked a very, very important one question for which so far there has been no answer, except a whole lot of reflection. Whether Sharad Pawar wants to defend Adani, that's his choice. I mean, they are two different political parties, for God's sake. If they agreed on everything, they'll be in the same party. Why should they have two different political parties? You have a different political party because even when you're allies, you agree on certain things, you disagree on certain things. That does not take away from the charge that Rahul Gandhi is making, asking whose money is that 20,000 crore. I don't understand this at all. That Sharad Pawar must be in agreement with everything that Rahul Gandhi says, and Rahul Gandhi must be in agreement with everything Sharad Pawar says. Why are they having two different parties then? I mean, it's ridiculous. Always.
No, it's not about agreement. It's not about agreement. It's about
parties.
Yeah, no, they can have differences. It's not about agreement. They are absolutely entitled to their different views and differing perception about reality. But Rahul Gandhi can obviously learn from someone as canny a politician as Sharad Pawar when he's saying something on Savarkar, when he's saying something on Adani. And that really makes us wonder whether there is right kind of advice available. Because remember, what Sharad Pawar is saying is not just about raising question. He's saying that JPC is not needed. And if Rahul Gandhi is asking questions, obviously he's asking because the Congress party wants a JPC. Now, an important ally like Sharad Pawar, who, by the way, just last week said that Congress's leadership is important for opposition unity, is now telling you back off on Savarkar, back off on Adani. So you can't pick and choose. If Sharad Pawar is your well-wisher, you would listen to him, right?
1 minute. The two are totally different issues. If Sharad Pawar says because of Marathi, pride and so on, back off on Savarkar, it's a totally different issue. But to say back off on Adani in the face of all that has been unearthed, not just from the Hindenburg report, but in a series of articles in different media sources in the last 1 month, I think is straining credibility. I mean, Mr. Pawar, in fact, has to explain why he does not, rather than ask questions of Rahul Gandhi. Savarkar is a different issue altogether. It is not a today issue. It is something in the past that is being raked up, and the same sentiment has also been expressed by Uddhav Thackeray. So that's a Marathi thing, and they have a different perception, and Rahul Gandhi may be well advised not to keep this comparison going on a regular basis, lest it alienates voters in Maharashtra. But on Adani, he is asking a very simple, sensible question. And that's on the basis of a report, by the way, which has not actually thrown out any, so far nothing has been proven to be false in that report. And very importantly, and please don't start off the Supreme Court is inquiring. Supreme Court is not inquiring into the source of who owns that 20,000 crore. Please, let's be very clear. Supreme Court is looking at the various regulatory mechanisms in such cases to suggest improvements and so on through that committee. They are not looking at whose money it actually is and from where that money came in, who pumped in that money into those shell companies. That is not being scrutinized by the Supreme Court, and unless the government puts its mind to it, it's going to be impossible for anybody else to identify the source of those funds. So the question that Rahul Gandhi is raising is a very logical one. Why not answer it and get on with it, or order a JPC and get on with it?
Sumansi Raman, the question that we were asking, the entire debate was not exactly just about the Adani issue. It is about what's really happening within the Congress party, because it becomes important for putting up a united front against the Bharatiya Janata Party. But we'll come to that again. Let me also bring in Chandrasekhar Jha. Sumansi Raman, I'll come back to you. We have enough time. I'll come back to you. Let me also bring in Chandrasekhar Jha of the Shiva Sena, who's joining us from Kolkata right now. Been there with us for quite some time. Chandrasekhar Jha, now when you talk about the opposition unity, we've already seen that when it comes to regional parties, when they are inviting others, they feel much more comfortable if the Congress party is not part of those meets. When the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister was inviting for a forum where you had the Trinamool Congress, you had every other party, but the question here, the Congress seems to be somewhere, almost all regional parties seem to be having some sort of a discomfort. Unlike Uddhav Thackeray, he seems to be the most comfortable at this point in time with the Congress party.
See, the first thing is that when you say the united opposition, the opposition has to be naturally united for an election to defeat BJP. In every manner whatsoever, every leader speaks for the unity in opposition beyond giving their opinion in personal nature. So in any manner whatsoever, the opinions which have been coming in forth in these days by some leaders are their personal opinions, and it should not be taken into any kind of record because it is not on behalf of a party. Second thing is that, very important is that when Congress is a national party and the regional parties are there, the regional parties have to have their seat of share, and those seat of shares will be supported to Congress so that it can defeat the BJP for not forming a government in the center. So this is the kind of opposition unity which we are looking for, or the Congress is also looking for. But in the meantime, what is happening, that certain discrepant statements are coming from many leaders, which are getting into the arena of media and making it, showing the same as that we are not united. But in the event, if you see long run, that all are united and they will fight against BJP.
Well, Savio, why don't you take that question also? With regards to the Bharatiya Janata Party, it becomes far more easier if you have a weak Congress, because it's easier to fight with the Congress than, say, for example, the regional party. So it's always good. And the unelectables is something that you still need to answer, because the biggest allegation that you keep facing is that you are like a washing machine. Corrupt leaders against whom there have been allegations of corruption, you seem to be perfectly fine taking them into your fold.
Well, Shravan, let me say this again. Like I said earlier, being in a political party is like being in a relationship. And sometimes relationships don't work. Therefore, they opt and they choose to join the political parties that they are choosing, whether it's somebody from BJP joining the Congress or somebody from Congress joining the BJP. Yes, now those who are joining BJP and there are allegations against them, I think it's within the right, and I believe that the party, the senior leaders of the party, must work towards ensuring that justice is delivered based on those allegations. Because allegations are based on investigations, investigations are based on court proceedings. And if they are found guilty for the allegations, then I think they are supposed to move away from the political party. I have seen that happen in, I have seen that happen in Goa, and I can give you an example. Just prior to an election, a minister was caught with doing a nefarious activity, which was all over social media. He was asked to resign then and there when they post the investigation of it, because it was obscene. So does BJP do that? I believe they have. At least I've seen it in Goa. And I believe they will do it as far as the national stage.
Facing the investigation, name them.
I'm telling you about Goa, my friend. I can only give you what I know. I cannot talk about what I don't know. What I'm trying to tell you is people joining the BJP, if they've got any negative cases against them, it will go to a logical conclusion, and I believe under the leadership of Narendra Modi, corruption will be taken care of in terms of
having a washing machine. They go and
it
join
will.
BJP and
No, so you
do
want
not face
BJP to
CBI,
do the
not face ED,
investigation.
do not face
You
income
want
tax, do not
BJP to
face
do the
sports.
investigation and not the investigative authority.
What
You want
investigation
BJP
is
to do
going
the investigation and not the investigative
What
authority.
investigation is
You want
going on?
BJP to do the
Tell us
investigation
on
or you
the
want
media.
the investigating
Like, what
authority?
investigations, what
No, I
about
think
the-
we're
The
digressing.
investigative
What about
authority
the
of
other
We are
BJP.
digressing.
You make.
Join Hemant Vishwakarma was
Yo,
having
I
certain
mean, I don't
language.
know.
Jha, we
You
are-
have some logical
what was the
ways
investigation?
of things.
Savio,
If there is a case, there's a logical progression to
we are digressing.
investigation.
Mr. Jha, by the way, okay, Mr. Jha, by the way, because you named him, Himanta Biswa Sarma has made a statement that he has submitted himself to investigation. And if anything is proved on the specific allegations made by the Congress party, and Aam Aadmi party, they better be prepared for a defamation case. In fact, he has challenged Arvind Kejriwal to come out of the assembly and make the statement that he made inside the assembly. So I think, and it's a fact that even Himanta Biswa Sarma submitted himself to questioning by one of the agencies, Shawar, right? CBI.
Using.
No, you all keep...
No, but we are digressing. It's an important point I want to make. Mr. Jha, in fact, the Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thackeray is in a very piquant situation. They know that the more they stay with the Congress party, the more they lose whatever little of the base that remains with Uddhav Thackeray. So obviously, and with the pictures that came today of Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis in Ayodhya and spending a day there, essentially completely taking over, in optics at least, the legacy of Bala Saheb Thackeray. I think Shiv Sena itself is in a quandary as to what to do.
Complete fake Hindutva is going on. They want to
Okay,
show
Shiv Sena,
they are just
Eknath
a
Shinde
copycat
going to
and
Ayodhya
nothing
as fake Hindutva. Uddhav Thackeray, when he takes over, goes to Ayodhya, spends a day, and I covered it. That's not fake Hindutva. But anyway, besides the point, I think the point, that the larger issue that we are discussing is not that BJP does not have issues among its leaders. So Karnataka, for example, and I would want both Sumant Raman and Lokesh to respond to this. Sumant Raman, it's not that there are no problems between Basavaraj Bommai and B.S. Yediyurappa. BJP is also dealing with its set of troubles in Madhya Pradesh, for example. But the fact of the matter is, the manner in which this Gehlot versus Pilot battle is panning out, the manner in which Siddaramaiah says that I don't think D.K. Shivkumar is a natural claimant to Chief Minister's chair, the manner in which you lost Madhya Pradesh, a sitting government, to a tussle between Kamal Nath and Jyotiraditya Scindia, I think, and for that matter in Delhi, the issues that are there in the leadership, the Congress party has to address this issue not just of leaders jumping ship. And by the way, because Lokesh said let the dirt leave, Anil Antony was holding a position of responsibility in the party, right, Lokesh? And Mr. Raman, this issue of not being able to handle these competing claims to power within the Congress system is something for which the Congress party is paying dear. At least admit that.
No, this is not because of that at all. The reason why this is happening is because the Congress party is not being seen today as a winning force in the election. Once that changes with a few consistent electoral successes, then you will find that all these leaders who want to jump ship will be more keen to stay back. Now, the reason why they are jumping ship is not necessary. Of course, the leadership should keep the flock together, and therefore it is a failure of leadership to that extent. There is no doubt about it. But the point is, if people sensed that hypothetically, and it doesn't seem likely at the moment, that the Congress could be part of a large coalition government in 2024, then the number of those who are leaving the Congress party would not be, as many as they are. So the reason is a lot of it is got to do with perception. So for instance, if the Congress party did very well in Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, you may find that this steady flow could become a trickle. It's difficult to say. So while it is the fact that the leadership...
But Sumansi Raman, you had...
Rajasthan, for instance, has been festering for 3 years. And the original talk that everyone said was that Pilot would be named as the chief ministerial candidate when the Congress goes to the polls at the completion of Mr. Gehlot's term. Now, so far that's not happened. So clearly they need to get their act together and resolve it. So yes, there are issues. The point is in the BJP,
to get their act together, they need to.
It is the electoral success that hides everything. If you lose in a few places, you will see.
No, but Sumansi Raman, that electoral success is happening from where? The electoral success does not. The electoral success of the Bharatiya Janata Party does not come in from thin air. There is an organizational structure in place. Even if many would have spoken about what was happening in Gujarat, BJP, there have been changes in the chief ministers. You don't really see Bharatiya Janata Party leaders washing their dirty linens in public. You don't see that. It's not that the Bharatiya Janata Party does not have any problems and it's a party minus all problems. It has its own organizational issues, but the difference is that it's not out in the public. The only difference here is it's not out in public. And having said that, even states like Uttarakhand where the Congress was in a better position, where there was anti-incumbency, even there they've not been able to perform.
Inner party democracy has traditionally been more in the Congress. Is it probably more than it should be? My viewpoint is yes. There's too much of inner party democracy, which leads to people airing radically different views. The BJP, for all practical purposes, is a two people run party. Everybody just agrees. Now tomorrow, if the
I'm sorry, it's not.
The top two.
I'm sorry. You're Suman, what you don't know, don't open your mouth. What you don't know, don't open your mouth. What you don't know, you should not open your mouth, Suman Raman. You're an intelligent man. You're an intelligent man. Don't open your mouth when you don't know things. There is an organized setup. I've been a part of a lot of the meetings. So don't voice eloquently of things you don't know. BJP is not a two-man party. It's a team. It's a team of people. It's a team of karyakartas. It's a team of leaders that grow up the ranks. Unlike people in the Congress who think it's their bloody dynastic reasons to have it. Please know the difference, Suman. You're an intelligent man. Talk intelligently, please. Talk intelligently, please.
You shouldn't be using the term.
We are not dynastic slaves. We are not dynastic slaves like the Congress. BJP is not a two-man party. It is a party of karyakartas that work up the ladder and therefore
let's just get Savio,
at the top of BJP.
Sumansi Raman has also made his point. Savio, just hold on. Savio, we are running out of time, so let's just quickly get the Congress to respond to it. Why don't you, Savio, 1 minute, you made your point. Savio, you made your point. Dr. Raman, you have also made your point. Both of you. Savio, just hold on, please. Savio, you've made your point. Why don't you let the Congress party also respond to it? Lokesh, Sumansi Raman and Savio, please hold on. We're running short of time, so let me just get in a quick word also from the Congress party. Sumansi Raman says that whether it is inner party democracy that is leading to this, that's a bigger question. Whether there is one, that's a different question. Lokesh, you've heard several of your top leaders who have left the party. They're not leaving the party because there was too much of internal party democracy. They have left because their grievances have never been addressed by the first family, and you are now calling them dirt. That is the same attitude that your first family has towards your own leaders who've ensured that your party progresses in their respective states. And that's where the problem lies. You do not respect your own leaders.
All leaders are respected highly in Congress. Before joining the party, a person first develops an ideology, a character to be in the Congress. Unlike few people who are not even aware of which political party they are joining, the kind of organizational setup that political party has, and are simply opportunistic. Wherever the wind goes, they'll sail through it. That's not the way Congress functions as a political party. And let me tell you, now as time is progressing, we are more and more proud of Rahul Gandhi ji, because despite such a strong opposition, he has the character and the substance to stay strong. Hats off to you, Rahul Gandhi, for being there, our leader, and the Congress will go stronger
okay,
and
man.
stronger.
You don't have to. You don't have to show your psychophancy on television.
He doesn't even know.
You don't have to show your psychophancy on
Lokesh,
television.
I'm not too sure how many times Rahul Gandhi would have given you. Lokesh,
I know you get the biscuit.
Lokesh, I don't know. Lokesh, come on. Don't fight like this. On a lighter note, I'm not too sure, Lokesh, how many times Rahul Gandhi would have actually let you. 1 minute. Savio. We're running short of time.
Take the biscuit.
But Lokesh, not very sure how many times.
I have spoken my mind out. If you have asked me to speak my mind out, I did
have you been able to say this in person to Rahul Gandhi, whether he's given you that opportunity or not? But thank you very much. Savio, we are running short of time now. Thank you very much, Savio, Lokesh, Suman C. Raman and Chandrasekhar Jha for joining us on the weekend debate. As far as opposition unity is concerned, it remains to be seen whether it's ever going to be a reality or not, Abhishek.
In fact, Congress's allied trouble continues, but it would be interesting to see, like in the case of Rajasthan, how the Congress party tackles the internal issue in Karnataka as well, which is of course facing elections, I believe, in less than a month. On that note, thank you so much, friends, for joining us this Sunday evening. Arnav is back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. with the debate.
The India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow. And that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास।
Massive fire has now broken out in Dimapur in Nagaland. This happened earlier in the day. These are the latest visuals now coming in. The situation still remains volatile. One person is reportedly dead. 900 people have been left completely homeless. We are getting in more details from the ground. At this point in time, not very sure about the current situation, but this is what we are picking up with regards to what really happened. The fire basically broke out in Burma camp in Nagaland's Dimapur district, killing one person and leaving around 900 people homeless. The fire essentially broke out at Burma camp's east block area is what we are picking up, and 260 kacha houses that have been gutted in the place. That's the latest we're picking up right now from Nagaland.
India developmental model is the right model which the world can follow. And that is the opportunity that we have before us.
I believe that you are soaked in the philosophy of nation first.
Mediation will work when there is uncertainty of winning by any one party. इसलिए जो judgment आया यही सबसे उत्तम है. This puts an end to the whole issue.
Assertive 1% that wants to open the wounds again. They do not operate only by the verdict of the court.
आप सभी देश के जन जन तक सही सूचनाएं पहुंचाने में अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। जब नेशन फर्स्ट होता है तब हमारे संकल्प भी बड़े होते हैं और उनको सिद्ध करने के प्रयास भी व्यापक होते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, हमने भी ठान लिया है हमारा रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क भी अपने कदम और भी तेज करेगा।
इस देश में बहुत समय के बाद एक ऐसी सरकार आई है जो सरकार टिकाने के लिए नहीं चल रही, देश को सुधारने के लिए सरकार चल रही है।
ये पहला एक बड़ा इवेंट हुआ है जहां पे आप इस पर विस्तृत तौर से इन डिटेल आप बात करेंगे, तो लेट अस एड्रेस ऑल इश्यूज। Dragging back economic fugitives, fantastic. But a crackdown on corruption alone is not enough to steer the economy.
That is where the reforms are.
Prime Minister Modi chairs key CEC meeting at party headquarters top brass. Brainstorms on Karnataka. In a mega Easter outreach, Prime Minister Modi takes part in celebrations at a Delhi church, plants saplings.
मैं मुख्यमंत्री के हैसियत से आया ही नहीं, मैं राम भक्त के हैसियत से आया हूँ यहाँ पर। मेरे चलने में बोलने में कोई मुख्यमंत्री जैसे मैंने बर्ताव किया ही नहीं, क्योंकि मैं राम भक्त के हैसियत से आया हूँ।
While in Ayodhya, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde speaks exclusively to Republic TV.
इसमें निवास कर